Police identify 2 women killed in Mandeville candlelight vigil shooting. Police have identified 2 women who were shot dead by a laissez-faire arm holder at a candlelight vigil in Nashville Road off Levy Lane in Mandeville on Sunday morning. The deceased have been identified as 35-year-old Aldine Dixon, a resident of Colleyville District in northeast Manchester, and 42-year-old Stacey Mulgrave, a resident of Barnstable District near Mandeville. Earlier reports had suggested that the shooting incident, which also left 3 people including a 12-year-old boy injured, took place about 2 a.m. Police have since provided an update that the incident occurred close to midnight. According to police, the shooting happened during an alleged dispute stemming from an incident where a car hit another vehicle. It is reported that it escalated and 5 people were shot. The gunshot victims were taken to hospital, where 2 women succumbed and 2 others admitted for treatment. A 12-year-old boy who was reportedly also injured during the shooting was treated and released from hospital. The laissez-faire arm holder reportedly turned himself in at the Mandeville police station. He remains in custody pending further investigation. Up to mid-afternoon on Sunday, there was a somber mood at the shooting scene as relatives of the victims gathered around. Police are also maintaining a presence in the area. ICE deports Jamaica fugitive wanted for shooting with intent. The United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE agency said it had arrested and deported a Jamaican fugitive wanted in his home country for shooting with intent. ICE said on Wednesday that it handed over 30-year-old Leroy Neville White to Jamaica's authority as he served a prison sentence in Connecticut. Leroy Neville White attempted to flee justice in his home country and take refuge in the United States. He then continues to break the law in Connecticut, stated ICE Enforcement and Removal Operations Boston Acting Field Officer Director Patricia Hyde. White is a violent criminal and presented a significant threat to the residents of our neighborhoods. The director added, ICE will not tolerate such a threat. We will continue to arrest and remove these alien officers from New England. ICE said Jamaica's authority issued a warrant for White's arrest on December 31, 2018 for offense of shooting with intent. U.S. Border Patrol arrested him on July 11, 2022 after he illegally entered the U.S. near California and served him the next day with a notice to appear before the Department of Justice DOJ immigration judge and release him on an order of recognizance. An immigration judge ordered White removed from the United States to Jamaica on April 12, 2003, ICE noted. In December of that year, the New Haven Police Department in Connecticut arrested him for threatening, in the first degree with hazard, to terrorize. He was arrested and convicted in April 2024 and sentenced to 5 years incarceration, suspended after 1 year, and 3 years probation. However, ICE had placed a detainer on White, and when he completed the 1-year suspension sentence, he was detained by their agents at Hartford Correctional Center and deported. Sophia Bin's life, altering adoption journey. Lawmaker Sophia Frazer-Bin was informally adopted at the age of 12. Now the mother of 2 boys, she and her husband are planning to welcome a little girl into their family in a way similar to how her late Elsa Mae Binns, a dedicated public servant, made Sophia part of her family after the passing of Sophia's biological mother. I want to give somebody the opportunity my mother gave me, so this is something I am committed to, she shared. As an attorney, Frazer-Bin is determined to use her role in the legislative process to push for changes to the current adoption laws, aiming to address a gap in the statute that hinders people who wish to adopt. In an interview with reporters, Frazer-Bin recalled how, after Elsa Mae Binns and her husband invited her to join their family, she wanted to adopt their surname. However, the law required the consent of both biological parents for such an adoption, and while her biological mother had passed, her father's whereabouts were unknown. As such, the adoption proceedings could not be completed. Undeterred, the young Sophia Frazer took matters into her own hands. At the age of 18, she went to the Registrar General's Department and completed a deed poll to add the surname Binns to her name, a decision that brought immense joy to her adoptive parents. More recently, Frazer-Bin raised the issue in the upper house, tabling a motion focused on adoption and fostering. Drawing on the Convention of the Rights of the Child, which asserts every child's right to a family, she urged the government to move with alacrity to complete the amendments to the Adoption Act and to establish a special task force to review, fast-track all existing adoption applications with adequate resources. Her motion also proposed creating a special parliamentary committee to investigate the challenges surrounding adoption and fostering to make the process more accessible and accommodating. However, the motion was not debated and eventually fell off the Senate's order page. Despite this setback, Fraser-Bin had vowed to bring the issue back to Senate through a similar motion. We have to change the law. There are children in state homes whose parents have never visited the facility to look for them, but they still have to stay in the system. They can't be adopted because of the provision in the law, she explained. Fraser-Bin, like many Jamaicans, has a story rooted in growing up in a single-parent household. After her biological mother, the family's primary breadwinner, passed away while she was attending Westwood in Trelawney. Fraser-Bin and her siblings moved in with their aunt, who already had her own children. The burden of caring for both her children and her sisters was heavy for her aunt. One day, when Fraser-Bin was at school and needed something her aunt could not afford, it left her in a predicament, and she cried openly. She was taken to the principal's office, who offered her the opportunity to board at the school. She gladly accepted without even discussing the matter with her aunt. The principal of Westwood at that time, Evan Logan, knew her aunt. An unexpected turn of events. Frazer-Bin told reporters that at age 12, she was on the threshold of experiencing an unexpected turn of events in her life when her aunt got a call from the principal that she was supposed to meet with who would be her adopted mother. On the day the meeting was supposed to take place, the prospective adoptive mother did not show up, and Frazer-Bin moved on, thinking nothing would come of it. The amazing thing is that one day, I'll never forget that Saturday morning during the summer, just before school reopened, I was walking down to Brownstone from Orange Hill. I just saw this green car, and she just stopped and said, "Hi, Sophia, I am your new mother," Fraser-Bin recounted. From that moment, Fraser-Bin experienced a significant shift in her life. Her new mother took her shopping in Brownstone for clothes and other essentials for boarding school. She was also embraced warmly by her new siblings. Here you are in this family, and the next minute you get a call and your life changes into a whole complete new world because we used to walk and take the bus, but now you are getting into a situation where everyone is driving, she noted. Despite being of German descent, the Binns family made her feel fully included. She never felt anything less of difference because of her background. If you did not know, you would not know, except for the difference in our complexion. Because never for one day did I feel that I wasn't blood related. Never once, ever, did I think I was different from them, she told reporters. When she turned 18, just like her adopted siblings, Frazer-Bin got her driver's license and a motor vehicle. Her adoption experience was so transformative that many people who knew Elsa May Binns in the last 30 years of her life assume that Frazer-Bin was her biological child with a different man. My whole social consciousness, my understanding of politics came from her, the senator noted. Although Frazer-Bin initially planned to work and then pursue tertiary education after completing sixth form, her adoptive mother would not have any of it and insisted on university being her priority. Not only did her adoptive mother set an example of how to be a responsible person, but she also encouraged her to maintain a close relationship with her biological family. My mother told me, "I need to be in touch with my biological family. You need to know your history and background," she stated. As a child with deep Christian conviction, Frazer-Bin questioned the untimely death of her biological mother at a time when she and her siblings were very young. But she ultimately believed God had a plan for her, which led her to her new family. Having had such a positive adoption experience, Frazer-Bin is passionate about providing children in similar situations with the opportunity for a better life through adoption. So many people want to foster, they want to adopt, but there are so many challenges, she noted. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.